No, I think it's very interesting, that I've been doing these classes for probably 40 some odd years now. People come and go, new people come, people drop away, but the classes continue because the classes really have nothing to do with what I like or dislike or any of us like or has to do with the transmission of spiritual energy. And the classes are like an essential thing, that people attend because they want to grow spiritually. It's not mobs of people, not crowds of people, but people with a sincere interest in developing a spiritual life and, getting their life together, connecting with God, higher energy, and being on a path to hopefully, which leads to spiritual enlightenment. But to me, what's interesting, and so it must have been, I think, through my life, 10,000 people have come, God knows, maybe even more. And uh, there's always been 20 or 30 people in the meditation classes. And what's wonderful is that they persist, they continue to go on, and they continue to help people that truly take advantage of them build an inner life, get stronger inside, open to higher energy. And do I understand any of this? No. I mean, I was watching a video, streaming video about the Yogi Bhajan group. They have, and it's very interesting, how they had thousands of people coming, and and uh, and ultimately, it seems it became about money, about people generate. I mean, the woman was talking how they generate $380,000 a month from people that attend their sessions. And I think that's, totally fantastic. That, that kind of thing can exist and they do what they do. It's not that I really think what they do would work for me. I'm certainly it wouldn't. It looked a little wacko to me. But it goes on and people do. They find a way to get energy. People need energy. And I guess if you make it a little bit crazy, you'll get more people. If it's a direct, straight on, hey, build a chakra system, get stronger, absorb Shakti. I understand it's just too real and it's too reasonable. And most people want charisma. You know, they want Hollywood. And I've never been able to give people Hollywood, but what I think is amazing that for 40 years, these classes just continue. And the fact that they do continue means that I have to be there. And I have grown enormously because of these meditation classes. And I can't be anything but grateful for them. So I think it's kind of interesting how the classes sustain themselves. And people come, people go, people leave. I mean, sometimes a little sad when I see certain people leave, but it's not anything I can do about it. It's really karma. And I also have to recognize that what I do is not for everybody, but for those people that truly take it seriously and commit to doing it every day, it really transforms their lives. And I try to keep it, from being cultish and all this. I mean, all that stuff that goes on is like scary almost, or determining how people should live and how they should spend their lives and what they should do with their children and their this and that, none of my business. My business is to connect with God and to transmit Shakti. Everything else is your business with God. how you use that Shakti in your karma is completely dependent on you. It's not dependent on me. I am not going to tell anybody how to live their lives. It's a losing project anyway. And I don't know how other people should live. I barely know how I should live my life. I take it every day as it comes. So who am I in any position to advise other people how to live their life? I'm not, and I won't. But I think it's amazing that every day this energy comes and it nurtures me and it teaches me how to live. And I'm hoping to pass that on to all of you. It's connection we all have with God that determines how we live. Our need to grow spiritually determines how we're going to live our lives. And there'll always be things that come along to disrupt that need, to try to test that need. And then it's whether or not a person continues to do it. I mean, how many thousands of things have come into my life that I could have said, fuck this, who needs to do this anymore? That I've had with people. And then there's another aspect to the equation. I need to do it. It's given me my life. It's made it possible for me to have an amazing life. And I can't blame other people if I stop doing it, because this has always worked for me. I've never known anything else that has really always worked. And for God's sake, it's here for 40 years. It just continues. It just continues to provide energy like we've just experienced in this class. It's kind of a miracle of God, you know, it really is. Do I understand any of this? No, don't ask me to try to explain it. Because every time you do, I just, you know, feel like a politician avoiding the question. But does it work? Yes, it works uniquely for everybody that does it in your own unique individual way. It helps you to grow, become more human, become closer to God, develop your connection with higher energy, and how it will be transmitted in your karma. And I think that to me is pretty amazing. And I think it's also pretty amazing that after 40 years, it's still going on here. It's still going on. Which tells me, Stuart, you better attend classes. Does anyone have a question they would like? I mean, this has been a completely amazingly strange year for me. I really mean it. With the people I've had to deal with and the kinds of situations that were presented to me, how they were presented to me, and the results of them have been something unbelievable, you know, and an incredible, for me, learning lesson about what's real and what's not. I mean, I won't go into the specifics, but I'm telling you, trust me, it's a year like my mouth just drops. Does anyone have a question? Okay, if there are no questions, there'll be meditation. We'll continue on Sunday. Looking forward to seeing everybody, and God bless you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and serve this. Let it become really part of your inner life. Let it, truly, determine, let this higher energy begin to work for you in such a way that you begin to see it truly working out your call. And what do I mean by that? More love, more joy, more happiness, more, a greater degree of service in the world. You're not just doing your own bullshit thing, but there's service in the world, you know?
Can I see just that it's helped me? I don't have so much pain. I become after operation. I become good very quickly because this meditation it helps physically too, not just with chakra and mind and everything.
Well, it helps physically because the chakra system begins to strengthen itself. And that's really manifests in your physical life. Look, there are people who used to study with me years ago. Some of them I even made teachers years ago, and they walked away from the meditation. And in the last year, 3 of them died.
Wow.
I mean, it's a long time that I haven't seen, but they were very dear to me, these 3 people.
Hmm.
Ago. And one day they said, that's it, it's enough. I don't want to do it anymore. And they stopped maybe 20 years ago, 25.
Hmm.
What breaks my heart is I see 2 people that have gone through, well, even you, Flora, what you've gone through, serious physical problems, cancer, and the cancers are in remission. And what's amazing is they attended classes while they were having chemotherapy. I mean, Shakur is one of them. And Daniela, who just had an operation, and they found out the cancer was just a tiny little thing in her that they took out. The doctors were amazed, but they stayed with this. They kept taking the Shakti, and it was healing them.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying that I've seen this, and I've seen it in so many people. Sometimes it breaks my heart because I see people die who I was very close to once.
Hmm.
And I loved very much. And when they left, I had to respect, okay, you want to leave, go. Find something else that works for you. I can't tell people how to live.
Hmm.
So it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand any of this. The first time I ever saw it work, I wrote a book about it called Leah, and
Hmm.
it was amazing. Doctors told this young child, 13-year-old kid, she had 3 weeks to live. And 3 months later, they did an operate. They couldn't even operate. 3 months later, they operated on her. Came
Hmm.
dancing out of the operating room. We got the whole thing. This is a miracle we've never seen before. And 3 months of me going there and doing meditation with her every single day. I would fly from Dallas to Houston every day, every morning. I would fly to Houston and fly back
Wow.
Dallas and did this meditation with her. And the doctors came out of the operating room. We got the whole thing. They couldn't believe it. It was a miracle. They wrote it down in the log books of you know, cancer surgery. I mean, I couldn't go and tell them what I've been doing. They wouldn't understand it anyway.
Hmm.
So what I'm saying is that this is kind of amazing. I don't know how it works, but I've seen it work now for 40 years, 50 years on people. And Chris, when she first came, had cancer. We're just talking 30, 40 years ago. So it's kind of miraculous how this works. And again, I am the last person in the world who can explain it. Can't do it. I can show you how to do it, and I can help you develop it and transmit a huge amount of energy. As I say all the time, I'm the Exxon station here. You know,
True.
but how it works, that's unique. It's unique.
God's energy come to us, and
That's right. It's God's energy and it worked, but you got to open. You got to do the work to open.
yes,
I remember that young girl, she said to me, "You're the best doctor I ever had." She told me this. "I want to truly learn what you have to teach." She told me this. She said, I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm feeling better. So
but
13,
what we should, yes, what we should do after you. Maybe I will die before you, but in case
oh,
you
no.
are going to God,
Yeah,
what?
I'm making an effort to do that. That's
Hmm?
my life is all about. Getting free of my karma, getting to God, and doing whatever service I have to do in the world in order to attain it. That's it. It's the only way
Yes,
to get there. All the rest of it is just right to the grave.
but what we should do without you? Is my question.
Grow, Flora.
Alone by myself?
Well, grow. You got me now, okay? I'm not going
Yes,
to. Okay,
if in
look,
case.
Flora, stop talking. Grow. Learn what I have to teach. Build your connection with God.
Mhm,
That's what you're here to learn, how to build your connection to God. I can provide you with the energy. I can't do that for you. You
mhm,
have to do that. That's right. You go into the gas station, they can put gas in your car, but they can't drive the car. You have to learn how to drive the car.
okay.
So you are here to learn this. We're all here to learn this. And my job is to transmit the Shakti, the energy. That's my job. It's a very blessed job, and I'm deeply grateful that I can do this with my life. I tell you. So God bless you all. There will be meditation on Sunday. And, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you. Bless you.
God bless you too.
Understood. Thank you forever, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.